The Galactic Council chamber floated in the darkness of space like a giant crystal sphere. Inside, 5 alien races sat around a circular table. The air was thick with tension. Commander Vrix of the Krell Empire slammed his clawed hand on the metal surface. "The humans grow too bold," he said. His voice echoed through the vast room. "They have colonized 12 new systems in just 5 years. Ambassador Thon from the Valar Collective nodded slowly. His 3 eyes blinked in sequence. "We allowed them into our galaxy as a courtesy. Now they spread like a disease." Elder Crone, oldest member of the council, raised one thin hand. His species had lived for thousands of years. "Perhaps we should speak with them first." "War is costly," Vrix laughed. It sounded like grinding stones. "Speak? To primitives who only left their world 200 years ago? They should bow before us." The other council members murmured in agreement. Humanity had been discovered in the year 2147. The aliens had watched Earth from a distance. They saw a young species, aggressive and curious. The council decided to let humans explore space slowly, but humans move faster than expected. "I propose we send a warning fleet," Vrix continued. 300 warships to their border. They will see our power and submit." The vote was quick. 4 races agreed. Only Elder Crone voted against it. The decision was made. 3 weeks later, Commander Vrix led his fleet toward the Sol system. His flagship was the Deathwind, a massive cruiser armed with plasma cannons. Behind him, 300 warships moved through space like a metal storm. "How long until we reach human territory?" Vrix asked. 2 hours, Commander, his pilot replied. Vrix smiled. This would be easy. Humans had small ships and weak weapons. They would surrender before a single shot was fired. The fleet crossed into Sol system space. Immediately, human vessels appeared on the sensors. Vrix counted them quickly. 47 ships. He laughed again. "Is this their entire defense fleet?" he asked. "Yes, Commander. Our intelligence confirms it." The human ships were tiny compared to Krell vessels. They looked like toys. Vrix opened a communication channel. His face appeared on screens across the human fleet. "Humans of Earth," Vrix announced. "You have expanded beyond your permitted zones. The Galactic Council orders you to withdraw from all colonies. You have 1 hour to surrender. Refuse, and we will destroy every human ship in space." The human vessels did not move. They held their position between the alien fleet and Earth. Vrix waited. Seconds turned to minutes. Finally, a response came. "Commander Vrix," a calm human voice said, "we reject your demands. Earth and her colonies are sovereign. Leave our space immediately." Vrix could not believe it. These primitives dared to refuse? He turned to his weapons officer. "Charge all cannons. Prepare to—" "Commander!" the sensor operator shouted. Something is happening near Jupiter. Every screen in the ship switched to show the gas giant. Space itself seemed to crack open. A blue light spread across the darkness. The light grew brighter and brighter. Then it began to tear like fabric ripping apart. "What is that?" Vrix demanded. "Unknown, Commander. Energy readings are off the scale. It's a portal of some kind." The portal expanded, 10 kilometers wide, 20, 30. It kept growing until it stretched 50 kilometers across space. Blue electricity danced along its edges, and something was coming through. First, a bow emerged, then more and more. The ship kept coming. Vrix felt his blood turn cold. He had seen many vessels in his long military career. He had commanded fleets that conquered worlds. But he had never seen anything like this. The Titan's fist emerged fully from the portal. The Supercarrier was 45 kilometers long. Its hull was dark gray, covered in armor plating that seemed to absorb light. Thousands of windows dotted its surface. Hundreds of weapons ports lined its sides. The ship looked like a floating city built for war. "Get me a full scan," Vrix whispered. His voice shook. The sensor operator worked frantically. "Commander, the ship carries 10,000 fighter craft, 500 support vessels, weapon systems we cannot identify. Power core output is—" "It's impossible. No ship should generate that much energy." Every alien vessel stopped moving. 300 warships hung motionless in space. Communication channels went silent. Commander Vrix stared at the Supercarrier. His mind raced. Where had humans hidden this monster? How long had it existed? The Titan's fist powered up its engines. Blue light spread along its hull. Every weapon system activated at once. The ship was ready for war. Vrix finally understood. The galaxy had made a terrible mistake. The silence lasted for 30 seconds. To Commander Vrix, it felt like 30 years. His crew stared at their screens in shock. The Titan's fist floated in space like a dark mountain. Its weapons glowed with barely contained power. "Commander, what are your orders?" his pilot asked. The young Krell's voice trembled. Rick said nothing. He was trying to think. His fleet had 300 warships, powerful vessels that had destroyed entire planets. But looking at the human supercarrier, he felt small, weak. He had underestimated these creatures badly. A communication signal came through. Vrix almost jumped. His communications officer looked at him with wide eyes. "It's from the human ship, Commander. They want to talk." Vrix nodded slowly. "Put it through." The screen changed. A human male appeared. He wore a dark blue uniform with silver stars on his shoulders. His hair was gray. His eyes were calm but hard. This was a man who had seen war. "I am Captain James of the Earth Defense Force," the human said. His voice was steady. "I command the Titan's Fist." Vrix forced himself to speak. "I am Commander Vrix of the Krell Empire. Your ship is impressive. Where did you hide such a vessel?" Captain James smiled slightly. "We built it in a pocket dimension 50 years ago. After we learned the Galactic Council was watching us. After we intercepted your secret communications." Vrix felt his stomach drop. "What communications?" "The ones where you planned to invade Earth if we did not submit. The ones where you discussed dividing our colonies among your empires. The ones where you called us primitive animals that needed to be controlled." The captain touched a control panel. Images appeared on the screen. Recordings of council meetings. Private conversations between alien leaders. Plans to attack human worlds. Evidence of everything. "We have been listening to you for decades," Captain James continued. "We knew you saw us as weak. So we prepared. We built 4 supercarriers in secret. The Titan's Fist is only the first. 4? Vrix's blood ran cold. 4 ships like this monster. The galaxy had no idea what they were facing. Across the galaxy, the news spread like fire. In the council chamber, ambassadors shouted at each other. The crystal sphere shook with their anger and fear. "How did we not know?" Ambassador Thawne demanded. "Our intelligence networks span the entire galaxy. The humans are more clever than we thought," another council member said. "They hid their greatest weapons where we never looked." Elder Crone stood slowly. All eyes turned to him. "I warned you," he said quietly. "I told you to speak with them peacefully. But you chose threats. Now we face the consequences. We must attack immediately." Vrix's superior, General Court, shouted through a video link. "Send every ship we have. Destroy Earth before they can deploy more supercarriers." "No," Elder Crone said firmly. "That would be suicide. We need information first." A younger council member pulled up old files on a holographic display. "There are ancient records here. From 1,000 years ago, a species called the Wanderers visited Earth. They left a warning." "What warning?" Thawne asked. The council member read aloud. "The humans are sleeping giants. They appear peaceful. They laugh and create art. But underneath, they are survivors. They have fought each other for thousands of years. They have nearly destroyed themselves multiple times, yet they always rebuild. They always adapt. Never corner them. Never threaten their home. Because when humans fight for survival, they fight like nothing else in the universe." The chamber fell silent. No one had paid attention to the old warning. They had dismissed it as myth. Now it seemed terrifyingly real. Back in Sol System, Captain James continued speaking. "Commander Vrix, I want you to understand something. Earth does not want war. We never did. We only wanted to explore space. To find new homes for our people. To live in peace. Then why build such weapons?" Vrix asked. "Because you gave us no choice," James replied. His voice hardened. "You watched us. You judged us. You made plans to invade. We could not allow that. So we prepared to defend ourselves." Captain James touched another control. The Titan's Fist rotated slowly. Its massive weapons array came into full view. Vrix counted hundreds of cannons, missile ports, energy weapons he did not recognize. "I will demonstrate our power once," James said, "so you understand what you face." A small moon orbited nearby. It was lifeless. Nothing but rock and ice. The Titan's Fist fired a single shot. A beam of pure white energy lanced through space. It hit the moon dead center. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the entire moon exploded. Not broke apart, exploded. It turned into dust and gas in seconds. The shockwave rippled through space. Vrix's crew gasped. His weapons officer dropped his data pad. That much power from one shot? How many shots could the ship fire? 100? 1,000? That was 10% power, Captain James said calmly. Commander Vrix, you have a choice to make. Retreat and tell your council that Earth wants peace. Or stay and fight. But if you fight, none of your ships will survive. And we will not stop at your fleet. We will show the entire galaxy what happens when you threaten humanity's home. Vrix looked at his command crew, young Krell who had joined the military for glory. They stared back at him with fear in their eyes. He thought of their families, their futures. Could he order them to certain death? He made his decision. Weapons down, Vrix ordered. All ships prepare to withdraw. His fleet powered down their cannons. Slowly they began turning away from Earth. Not one ship moved toward the humans. They retreated in silence. Captain James watched them go. He did not smile. He did not celebrate. He simply sent one final message. Tell your council something, Commander Vrix. Tell them Earth remembers. We remember every threat, every insult, every plan you made against us. We are willing to forgive, but we will never forget. The next time you come to our system, come in peace, or do not come at all. The transmission ended. The Titan's fist remained in position, a dark guardian watching the alien fleet disappear into the distance. 6 weeks passed after the standoff. The galaxy changed in that time. Trade routes that once passed near human space now curved away. Alien merchants refused to enter Sol system. Some species feared humans, others respected them. But everyone remembered the Titan's fist. In the council chamber, debates continued every day. The crystal sphere was never empty now. Ambassadors argued about what to do with the human problem. We cannot ignore them, General Court insisted. They have weapons that can destroy moons. 4 supercarriers hidden somewhere in space. They are a threat to galactic peace. Or they are exactly what we need, Elder Crone replied. A strong species that will not bow to threats. Perhaps we have grown too comfortable with power. Ambassador Thawne shook his head. I propose we send a peace envoy. Someone who understands both humans and our cultures. Someone who can negotiate a treaty. Who could do such a thing? Another council member asked. Thawne smiled. I know someone. His name is Tom. He is human, but he was raised among the Valar people. His parents were diplomats who died when he was young. We adopted him. He knows our ways. He knows our languages. And he loves both his birth species and his adopted family. The council voted. This time everyone agreed. Even General Court reluctantly supported the idea. They needed answers. They needed to understand what humans truly wanted. Tom arrived at Earth 3 weeks later. He was 35 years old. He had lived with aliens for 30 years. But he still remembered his home world. He still dreamed of blue skies and green forests. His shuttle landed at the Earth Defense Headquarters in Geneva. Human soldiers escorted him inside. They treated him with respect but caution. Tom understood. He was human by birth, but he represented the aliens who had threatened Earth. He was taken to a conference room. Windows showed the Swiss mountains in the distance. A dozen human officials sat around a table. At the head sat Captain James. The man looked tired. Command of the Titan's fist was a heavy burden. Ambassador Tom, Captain James said. Welcome home. Tom sat down slowly. Thank you, Captain. Though I am not sure Earth is my home anymore. I have lived among the stars too long. Once human, always human, James replied. Your heart may be divided, but your blood is ours. Now, what does the council want? Tom pulled out a data tablet. They want peace. Real peace, not the false kind they offered before. They propose a treaty. Earth joins the Galactic Council as a full member. Equal voice. Equal vote. No restrictions on human expansion. And in return, a female official asked, you share some of your technology, not your weapons, not your supercarriers, but medical knowledge, agricultural techniques, things that help all species. The room was quiet. Human officials looked at each other. They had fought so hard for respect. Could they trust the aliens now? Captain James leaned forward. Tom, answer me honestly. Will the council honor this treaty? Or will they betray us when we lower our guard? Tom met his eyes. I cannot promise you anything, Captain. Some council members truly want peace. Others still fear you. Elder Crone is honest. He believes cooperation is the only future. But General Court and his faction want to see humans controlled. The galaxy is divided. Then why should we agree? Another official asked. Because isolation will destroy you. Tom said quietly. You have 4 supercarriers. Impressive ships. But the galaxy has millions of worlds, billions of beings. You cannot fight everyone forever. Eventually you will need allies, friends, trading partners. The treaty is not perfect, but it is a beginning. Captain James stood and walked to the window. He looked at the mountains. Somewhere beyond those peaks, beyond the atmosphere, the Titan's fist orbited Earth. A guardian. A warning. A symbol of human strength. I want to show you something, Tom, James said. Come with me. They took a shuttle to orbit. Tom saw Earth below, beautiful and blue. Then he saw the supercarrier. Even though he had seen the images, seeing it in person took his breath away. The ship was enormous. A floating fortress that made all other vessels look like toys. They docked inside a small hangar. Captain James led Tom through corridors lined with soldiers and crew members. Everyone saluted as James passed. They reached the bridge, a vast room filled with screens and control stations. This is the heart of human defense, James said. From here, we can coordinate our entire fleet. We can defend Earth and all her colonies. We built this ship not for conquest, Tom. We built it for survival. Tom nodded slowly. I understand, Captain. But survival can become more than defense. With power comes responsibility. Exactly, James replied. That is why Earth will accept the treaty, but with conditions. He pulled up a holographic document. Tom read through it quickly. The conditions were firm but fair. Earth would join the Council as equals. Humans would share peaceful technology, but Earth would keep its military secrets. The supercarriers would remain hidden except for the Titan's fist. And any act of aggression against human worlds would be considered an act of war against all humanity. This is acceptable, Tom said. I believe the Council will agree. Good, James said. Because there is something else the galaxy needs to understand. He touched a control panel. Images appeared on the main screen. Ships under construction, space stations being built, new colonies being established. Humans do not want to dominate the galaxy, James continued. We want to be part of it. We have art to share, music, stories, science, philosophy. We are builders, Tom, we create, but we also remember every threat, every species that wanted to destroy us. The Titan's fist will remain here, visible from Earth, a permanent reminder. And the other 3 supercarriers? Tom asked. James smiled slightly. They will remain hidden, a secret that keeps the galaxy honest. As long as no one knows where they are, no one will risk attacking us. Deterrence through mystery. Tom returned to the council chamber 2 weeks later. He presented Earth's terms. The debate lasted for hours. General Court argued against acceptance, but Elder Crone spoke with passion about the benefits of peace. In the end, the vote was close, but the treaty passed. Earth became a full council member in the year 2348. Trade routes reopened. Alien tourists began visiting human worlds. Cultural exchanges began. Slowly, carefully, trust started to build. The Titan's fist remained in orbit around Earth. It never moved from its position. Day and night, the supercarrier floated in space like a dark guardian. Its weapons were always ready. Its crew was always alert. Captain James made one final log entry in his personal journal. He wrote, "We are a peaceful species. We prefer art to war, music to battle, creation to destruction. But the galaxy needed to learn an important lesson. Peace is not weakness. Kindness is not surrender. We will share our knowledge. We will help other species. We will be good neighbors and honest friends. But we will never forget the threats made against us. The giants of Earth sleep lightly now. Our eyes are always open. Our defenses are always ready. Let the galaxy prosper. Let all species grow and explore. But let them remember this day. Let them remember what happens when humans are pushed too far. We do not seek enemies, but we will never bow to those who threaten our home." He closed the journal and looked out at the stars. Somewhere in the darkness, 3 more supercarriers waited. Hidden, silent, ready. The galaxy had learned its lesson. Humanity had earned its place, and the universe was better for it. The end.